Now, the issue I ran into was me and my coach always clashed.
Right.
Never,
at the JUCO level?
Yeah, we never got along. He wasn't necessarily. It's crazy because when I came for my visit, we played pickup. He didn't know who I was. He had his recruits there, and I was fucking him up for like 2 hours playing pickup. So when in his office, he was like, "Yo, I need you to come here. I need a 2 guard." So it went from that to my freshman year, up and down, playing, not playing. But then my last year there, like, I would play 20 minutes one game, then I would sit another game. But he had his favorites as well also too. And it was crazy because, like, one of the bigs that he got the transfer from another JUCO that came there, he ended up committing to Eastern Michigan. So again, he was Nigerian. He favored his players that he recruited, and he favored Nigerian and African players.
For sure.
The guy used to live with us because at that school we didn't have dorms.
Yeah, most JUCOs,
Yeah, we had apartments. So my first year we stayed in a house. It was an 8-bedroom house. Then that summer I stayed. We moved to another apartment. Then moved to another apartment for my second year. So that second apartment, me and the big that came from the other JUCO stayed in the apartment. So we had got real close. We were cool. So he came to me one day, was like, "Yo, Jamaal, I feel so bad for you." I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yo, you know, I know Alex looks out for me, blah, 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 but, you know, I be in the office with him, some schools will call for you, and he's just like, nah, he's not ready. But it's just like, they're calling for a reason. So, like, don't shit on me like that. Like look out for me. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me,
and I'm not saying, oh yeah, he can get 30 again. You don't gotta tell him that, because that ain't the case. I wasn't doing that there, so don't lie. But, like, don't be like, yeah, he's not ready, he got a bad attitude, when that's not the case.
Exactly.
Like, you're telling him I got a bad attitude when I'm not giving you any attitude at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bad body language, like I played 25 minutes one game and then I sit the next game. It just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? And then those 25, I'm being productive. So it just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I think Del State called, he said, yeah, he shit on me with them. At another school call, shit on them. It was just like, so I had to, like, thug it out myself, where it got to a point I didn't know where I was going. Yeah, I had interest, but nobody pulled the trigger with an offer. So I started calling schools myself.
Yeah.
I gotta go somewhere.
Yes, that's crazy though, bro.
Yeah, I had to go somewhere. Like, he not looking out for me. We don't really got an assistant like that got like pulled. It was his show. And you couldn't tell him nothing because he's had success there. Like the year before, they were just ranked in the country.
National championship or went to the tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, they're good. So, and it's funny now, fast forward, his son's in the league now.
Jeez.
His son went to Louisville. Jordan Orr.
Oh, that played for the Bucks?
Yeah, that's his son.
Oh, like
and it was so crazy. He was at his house when the kid was a baby. It's crazy.
That's cool.
It's crazy. Life comes full circle. It's
damn.
Crazy.
And he just popped on the scene like 2
He just
years
got traded.
Yeah. He was on the Bucks and then he went
Indiana.
to Indiana.
Yeah, he's on the Raptors now.
That is crazy.
His father was my coach.
Damn. And then he's in Toronto.
He was
Does
killing
homie still live up there?
Who?
Does the coach, his
dad?
Yeah, so he pretty much went back home.
He still coaches.
So he just went back home, pretty much.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Full circle moment, huh?
Full circle. It's crazy.
Wow, man.
And it's even crazier. The AD at Edmondson, because I use that gym a lot for training, he's from Buffalo. He knows the coach. Because he played at Canisius.
Oh, okay.
Canisius is a local school in Buffalo.
I got you.
Because my first house was down the street from Canisius. Buffalo's small, so one of the biggest streets on there is called Main Street. Canisius is on Main Street. There's like a few more colleges on Main Street. Plus, that's where the train runs on Main Street. It's underground train. But like our house was right there. There was a train station. I forgot what it was called. But Canisius was right outside the train station because it's a small campus. But yeah, small world. He knows exactly. I was like, yeah, I don't really talk to him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because of what happened in college. But obviously I wish him well. But yeah, his son's in the league now.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And his son was nice in college.
Bro, he's nice. I remember. I think it might have been 2 years ago.
He's All-American. All-American college.
I'm looking at the Bucks. I'm like, yo, they got a dude on their bench, yo. That's solid. Like, he comes off the bench, he be striking, he drops somebody in a game or something. Yeah. I'm like, this dude Jordan Noir, he's all right, yo, for real.
That's his son.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Funny stuff there.
But yeah, so that happened. But found a school that I rock with. Came out here, my junior year. Started off slow because it was an adjustment because our head coach was the track coach as well also too, which is weird because he didn't look like he ran track ever in his life. So a lot of our conditioning, it was totally different than stuff that I did at JUCO. Everything conditioning while I was on the court. Sprints, suicides, you know what I'm saying, or go on the track, run if you want to, blah, 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 blah. But everything was basketball related. Yeah. When I got to school out here, 3 times a week, 6 in the morning, we had to go outside and run. Because the school was behind where Steve Francis grew up at.
In Tacoma Park?
Yes. Yeah. He grew up behind the hospital. There's a hospital there. He grew up behind the hospital. So we had to go run through Sligo Creek. Yeah. You know exactly.
At 6:30 in the morning?
6 in the morning, 4.5 miles.
Come on, yo.
3 times a week.
Yeah, that's wild, yo.
So, and it was timed. You had to do it in 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
So then, after that, we would hoop. I never did that before, where I did that amount of running and then go hoop after. So probably for like a month and a half, I looked like one of the sorriest players ever because my body could not adjust to that. Yeah. Like I was in the training room every day, like rubbing out knots in my legs, all types in my calves, all types of stuff because I wasn't used to that. Yeah. Like I was actually preparing for it the night before, drinking mad water so I won't cramp up. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's different.
But I was in shape.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? When the season came around. So we had our big man was actually from the Baltimore area. And he was being looked at by some NBA scouts because he stayed that whole summer and was working out with Steve and some other people. Because my school was kind of like a hotbed for a pickup. Okay. In the summertime. So a lot of pros used to come up there and play pickup. So that's one reason why I picked that school because I'm like, damn, everybody be in this bitch playing. Like, so the first day my peoples dropped me off here, I went to go play pickup. Steve's best friend, Jason Muscari, he owns Society, he owns the Breakfast Club, owns all the restaurants in Montgomery County. He owns all of. He played at George Mason. I actually just seen him a couple weeks ago, and he was with Utah. Okay. So he used to come play pickup. A bunch of people used to come play pickup. It was low, like JUCOs would come play pickup in there. Pros that played overseas come play pickup. It was loaded. Like you had to, if you lost, you waiting at least 3-4 games.
Like Dorsey, pretty much like how Dorsey is out here.
Yeah, you waiting for sure. So you had to win.
That's a good bump.
Great bump. So that first day, I made sure I was in the gym. Right. I got to be seen. Yeah. So that's why I picked it. But yeah, he had a good summer. So a couple NBA people were actually looking at him because he was 6'10" and a lefty. He got better. So had to take advantage of that. People come to see him. So it started off kind of slow, and then we had a guy from Atlanta that was a really good shooter, like can probably bang about 8 or 9 a day. Again, yeah, short, but he had a clip. Took advantage of that. Started off slow, like I said, but then I got in the starting lineup midway through the season. And I think I started the rest of the year. I would say by January I started starting. I remember the game. I think I had a breakout game against Virginia State. I think I had 20. We played a school from Pittsburgh. It was like a knockoff school that was attached to the University of Pittsburgh, Pitt Johnstown, something like that. I think I had like 18. We played Indiana, PA, away. We played them. I think I had like 25. So I was just finding my groove. But then my senior year, I did well. I think I averaged like 13, which is solid. Probably could have did more, but we ain't had that much size, so I started playing out of position. But I guess the negative with me, not really a negative, I could rebound. Okay. But I picked it up from high school.
Right.
So
being athletic and
playing so
interior.
Like in high school, I averaged 10 rebounds.
Okay. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. College, I finished my college, I averaged 6 rebounds.
That's pretty decent for a guard.
Exactly. So it wasn't an issue to put me against bigger players sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if they wasn't like really skilled. Really skilled in Utah, there's nothing I can do with you.
Right.
I have to keep it above.
Most people.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do with
right.
you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Man, that's that 2-3 year gap. I mean, between JUCO and getting to your next school. Being a fellow JUCO player myself, man, I know that you go through a whirlwind of things.
Bro, JUCO.
First of all, for people that don't know, and you explained a minute ago, if you're at a really, really good JUCO, they have housing.
Yeah.
Some of the best ones, they have housing.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you have to provide your own housing, electricity, water bills, and you run into certain situations like having 7 teammates in one house or having 4 other teammates in one house. So one guy not paying a bill, one guy not wanting to put his name on this. You have to deal with those things.
So the crazy thing about our situation was probably the sweetest. I was actually mad when I came out here and I started looking into apartments, I think after my first year of getting off, to try to get off campus, and the pricing. I was like, damn, why the fuck is this shit expensive? Yeah. But it wasn't really expensive. Yeah. But it was just like an apartment. They want, like, if you go in there with like 2 other roommates, you gotta spend like $400 or $500 a piece. And to me, that was expensive. This is me talking as a 21. Yep. So I ain't got a ton of money anyway, and I'm still in college. But I was saying that because I was coming from Buffalo. Buffalo was a really low-end city. Cost of living is not high. I can run it down right now. First apartment, because we got scholarships. The only thing we was responsible was paying the rent. Yep. We didn't have to pay electricity, none of that.
None of that.
Cable bill, none of that. First apartment. First house, it was a house.
8 bedroom.
A house. Like a big ass house.
Yeah.
$200 a piece.
Yo.
Right.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I told you I stayed that summer. He moved us into a 3-bedroom. It was kind of janky, but it was cool. Yeah. $175.
Hey, man.
Swear.
Can't beat that.
The highest I had to play was my last year. He moved us into an apartment complex. Me and my 2 other roommates stayed in the basement. $220 a piece.
That's love.
And Buffalo's so small, so it's like walking distance.
Yeah.
The first house we had a washer and dryer. Second, didn't have nothing, so you had to go to laundromat. Third one, laundromat. But you come out, the third one, you come out the apartment, Wendy's down the street, supermarket across the street, Chinese store across the street, pizza place across the street, laundromat.
Yeah. It's all walking distance.
Yep.
So like you're saying the cost of living isn't that crazy, especially for a college person.
So I can literally walk across the street, go buy groceries, take the shopping cart to the street, carry my shit right across the street, go in the crib. Yep. So when I came out here, I'm like, damn, I missed that part.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I missed that part.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Yo, the 220. I was allowed to go back to that.
What?
I remember we was roommates down St. Mary's, me and Devin and them, bro. I think we was all paying like 3 or 4 or something, might have been. We was in the house too, garage and yard, and it was crazy. Thinking back on that. But the reason why I asked that is because I'm pretty sure you might have went through it. Talk about one of your more discouraging times when you were in JUCO or in your first year adjusting when you came down here to go to school? Because first of all, you're not from yo, 220. I was allowed to go back to that. What? I remember we was roommates down St. Mary's, me and Devin and them, bro. I think we was all paying like 3 or 4 or something, might have been. We was in the house too, garage and yard, and it was crazy thinking back on that. But the reason why I asked that is because I'm pretty sure you might have went through it. Talk about one of your more discouraging times when you were in JUCO or in your first year adjusting when you came down here to go to school. Because first of all, you're not from Maryland. And at the time when you're going to your JUCO, you're dealing with things, like I say, you're not being policed by an on-campus presence. This the police. You're with roommates that you've met from across the country or whatever. And you're necessarily on your own. And I always tell my homeboy, I don't have a clue as to how we were eating, doing anything, because I didn't have no money. So was there ever a time, and I always have this I have this section of my interviews each time, it's called the fog. So I call it the fog. For me, I went through several fog points in my life. High school, my brother went to jail. JUCO, I was by myself in Jersey. The second year, my homeboy had left, so I was up there by myself. And you're dealing with just trying to get recruited, and you're not really getting too much. So you kind of like, I'm in this little fog, like not necessarily a funk or a depression, but it's kind of like trying to figure out what you're gonna do. So was there any points that you got discouraged, or you know what I'm saying, you felt like you were in a fog during your JUCO years before you had got to your college? When you're in college?
Just the coaching situation.
Just the coaching?
With me not getting along with him. It was just that, because in a sense I wasn't one of his favorites.
Right.
Whereas he'll put you in a game even though you don't belong in the game.
Okay.
It's like, it almost became to the point where he was putting me in a game because other people were telling him to put me in a game because it made sense for me to be in the game.
That messed with your mind a little bit as
far
as...
It did. It messed with my confidence because that was the time frame where I really put in a lot of work to actually get better. Like, and people were noticing it. Like, the AD, the women's coach, because the women's team was nice. The football coach, because at that time, our football team at that JUCO was super nice. But the football coach used to hoop. So he used to come to a lot of our games, a lot of our practices. And he used to always ask me, like, why are you not playing? Like, why are you not playing? Like, because I stayed there the whole summer. Everybody saw me there. Everybody saw me putting in work. Everybody saw me working out, weight room, playing, doing drills, doing this, doing that. Preseason, working hard, busting my ass. And it was just like, I don't understand the inconsistency. And we had a good team my second year, but it wasn't like the first team. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, like, we had a drop off and I improved. Why am I not playing? And when you put me in and when I practice, I'm doing well. So it just messed with my confidence because it's just like you're putting so much out and you're not getting nothing back. Plus, at that age, you have a dream and that's deterring your dream. That situation will test how much you love basketball. Some people will fold in that situation. And it won't be deemed as folding. It was just like, all right, yeah, this shit ain't working out, so fuck it, I'm gonna do something else. And I seen that. You know what I'm saying? But that was probably the only fog that I had there. I mean, I had fun there, you know what I'm saying? But it's a junior college. I mean, it's not necessarily respected in a sense of someone, yo, what school you go to? Oh, ECC. What is that? Perry Community College. Oh yeah, I heard that here. Damn, I thought you went to Buffalo, UB, or Buffalo State. Let's go. We could get with those teams. Like, we scrimmaged UB, fucked them up. Scrimmaged Buffalo State, fucked them up. Especially my first year. Like, our team was bigger than UB, and they had a big ass campus. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I got at Buffalo State one time too. So
yeah,
I ain't gonna hold it.
Yeah. So it's like that was probably the fall, because it was just like I would have a game. I may not even have 20, but I have 11, 6 rebounds. Pat me on the back. Everybody saying, yeah, you did good, you did good. Next game.
No tick.
Don't see the floor. I'm just like, the fuck?
And like you said, you explained that it'll mess with your confidence, man. Like, I think.
And I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, and then you personally, just off the basic interactions, you're not like a hot-headed person.
Yeah.
By nature. You could be because that's the background in you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You could definitely have
It's
that.
definitely in me. But I always try to remain even keeled.
Yes.
Even keeled. Different reasons for that. Younger, just not to get in trouble. And that. Now, you don't know how people react to that.
Yes.
Everybody's different when you, like, the people act different now. Like, and you can get killed for whatever nowadays. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like you got to remain even keeled because for the most part, you're being even keeled. And not saying that certain situations won't take you out of character, but you remain even keeled, nobody gonna really fuck with you like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you toggle with the high head shit or just, obviously you can't let just nobody do anything to you or talk to you any kind of way. Mm-hmm. But middle ground, I'm fine with that. But it's just like, I'm young. I'm not from Buffalo. I see what's going on.
Clear, yeah.
I see the favoritism. So I can either call it out. That's not going to do no good for me. Mm-hmm. Or I can remain positive so that you can't say nothing bad about me even though you tried. Mm-hmm. So I went with that route.
And kept improving.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I still got to work on my game.
Right.
I only got 2 years here. I got 2 years somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I ain't going to be here forever.
Right.
So I got to think about the next journey and be prepared for that. So I don't regret it. It sucked, but it made me who I am now today.
Yeah, you learned.
So yeah, like I tell people now, like losses aren't necessarily losses; they're lessons. Mm-hmm. Situation with China, I just came back from there. I was supposed to be there till April. Everybody wanted me to stay. The owner just didn't get along. Blah blah blah. We didn't come to agreement. I left. That's a lesson for me. Mm-hmm. I learned from that. I learned what not to do. I learned what to do. It sucks. I honestly don't want to be back. Not saying that I want to leave what I have here, but that was a great opportunity.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lesson learned from that.
Was that your first time going to China?
First time ever. Never been there before.
Yeah, we can obviously segue to it now.
No, for sure.
Because I wanted to, definitely got to get to your, because we only got a little bit of time.
Oh, no, you good. I ain't got nobody else for it.
So pretty much,
we can talk about whatever.
so again, like, all right, so let's not go too fast. So the fog area, I'm glad that you spoke on that because we got a lot of different viewers that, whether young or old, they're going to go through those situations where your confidence get tested and you might not be able to get receive the praise or the accolades from the people that you technically need them from, but you still have to navigate within your field. So I'm glad to hear that story went like that. Like you didn't let that stop you because you could have easily said, you know what, man, fuck, I was basketball, got into Buffalo and just got into moving around or went back home.
Because, it's a lot of that out there.
Oh, now in Buffalo it's different because
it's a lot of that
when you're dealing with low traffic areas, you're dealing with big drugs.
It's
crime.
A lot. And I didn't know that until I got out there.
Oh, yeah.
And what's crazy is, remember I told you, when I was younger, being with my brother and his friends, they actually moved out there.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Got it in.
Yeah. And they got it in.
When you're dealing with borders,
they listen.
Yeah,
they was getting it in.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It was crazy. I didn't know that until I got out there. I was just like, what the fuck?
Those type of towns be gold mine towns, man.
Man.
For sure. Sadly speaking.
That and like that and the Rochester, and then, but I tell people now, like those areas, ghetto as hell.
Hell yeah, it's low income.
What?
Very low income in certain spots.
You'll get bodied out there so fast.
Very quick.
So fast.
So to deal with that, because the only reason why I say that too, and I ask this question to everybody from a personal standpoint. When I was at school, my junior year, when I first went to St. Mary's, first game off the bench, played Johns Hopkins. I'm the first one off the bench. I'm tied and scoring. for the leading scorer. Second game, same thing.
Yeah.
Third game, something happens on campus that had nothing to do with me. It was my roommates that got caught doing something.
But because you cool with them.
He knows my background though, because when I came from New Jersey, like he already knew what type of time I was on. Like I was doing some things I shouldn't have been doing, and I brought that down there. So he knew what I was on. So he was like, "Man, I don't know what you got going on," but they had. I'm like, "Coach, I wasn't even with them."
Yeah.
From that point until my next year I probably played a maximum of 16 minutes in a game. Now you're dealing with somebody in practice every day that's killing in practice. Yeah. All his peers and people. I had a guy come to a game, bro. I have never seen him in my life. He came to my game when we played in Jersey. We played at like Wagner or something like that. Mm-hmm. He's standing across the bench like this, looking at me. He like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I ain't getting. He's like, "Why ain't putting in the game?" Had a clipboard, had a suit on. The nigga got up and left. Who was that?
Facts.
So the only reason why I say that is because when those times came, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kicked it in. I didn't. Basketball is what it is. Like I play basketball now, but I'm ready to hit these streets and do my thing.
Facts.
So that fall kind of put me behind maybe a year or two because I could have came and stayed at school and kept working out. Instead, I stayed at the school and trapped it out and didn't do nothing at all. You feel what I'm saying? So it's very commending for you to be able to push yourself through and get to the next point.
It's just because I knew what I wanted.
Yes,
I knew what I wanted out of this. And obviously, at that time, wasn't expecting the road bumps, but was knowing that it could happen. Nothing's going to be smooth. Mm-hmm. You're always going to have some hurdles in life. Mm-hmm. So that was one of them. And I didn't let the hurdle knock me down. I was just like, all right, I just got to prepare for the next journey. Right. I'm not going to be here forever. It's not a 4-year school. Mm-hmm. So I got to work. Like even the situation with the whole coaches calling and stuff like that, like that's another fog situation, even though they're related, but it's just like, I didn't do anything for you to do that, you know what I'm saying? But because I'm not one of your favorites, that happened. Yeah. And it just sucked that, one of your favorites that I was cool with came to me and told me that. And I could have reacted bad off of that, like go in this office, like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Nah, I just try to remain professional. I don't speak to him now at all. Mm-hmm. Just because, again, I didn't do anything for that to happen. But
something as heavy as that he did, bro, that was something you did that literally altered my life. Yeah. So I don't blame you for not speaking with him and having a relationship with him.
No, I don't.
I mean, at this point, at all. Bro, you played with my life.
Exactly.
That's just that.
It's crazy because like
the power that in that though is
the crazy thing is like because I train kids now. I could probably use that as a plug. Mm-hmm. A kid that may not have D1 on him right now, go to this juco, you know what I'm saying? It's a reputable juco. Go there, do your thing. Because he's sent, don't fuck with him as a person, but he's sent players D1.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
The facts is the facts.
Yep.
And his son is in the league. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and use that connection. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even do that.
The relationship was terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't put a kid in that situation either.
Not at all, because I don't know how you gonna handle it, how you gonna treat it.
And I'm not doing that.
Not at all.
No.
And you older now. Now you got some money because of your son. So it's probably even worse.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Damn, it's crazy.
So yeah.
So in the time, and I know I forgot to ask you this too. The time when you chose to go to what is now Washington Adventist. Yeah. Your parents, did they have any say on what school you were going to attend? You pretty much made the maturation of yourself as far as on your own, because your brother's still in the service.
Yep. At that time, he was toggling back between like Japan, Kuwait. Yes. He was in the Air Force.
No contact, barely if any contact. No social media back then.
Email. Yeah.
No FaceTime.
No, none of that.
So you really,
yeah.
I would say you pretty much laid the foreground for your whole life from the time you was in 10th grade on.
For sure.
I would say.
Yeah.
Man, that's commendable, bro.
Yeah.
And what did you wind up majoring in when you went there?
Business administration, emphasis in entrepreneurship.
Hey,
so it's crazy. Remember I told you earlier you do something opposite.
Yeah.
Some cases.
Yeah.
In this case, and it's crazy because when I got out of college, when I finally graduated, I was like, I gotta get some money. Like, I'm trying to do this camp, because I was preparing for the Korean basketball draft. But in the meantime, I'm like, I gotta get some money. I gotta like pay bills. I can't just keep trying to figure it out. So my homegirl that actually went to school with me, you probably know her because her son used to play at Mount Carmel. Buddy, the kid Buddy, his mom.
I don't know his mom. I know him, but I know
the father.
I know the kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to school with his parents.
Okay.
His mom used to work at Verizon, so I ended up getting a job there. So I was like, I got it. In the meantime, of me working out, I gotta get some money.
Get some bread.
Yeah. So got a job there, was working, and still trying to thug it out with kind of going back to your point of figuring out my way on my own. Got a job working around that work schedule to still stay in the gym so I can get up out of here. I mean, it was times I was getting up at 5 in the morning, work out, go work my schedule, get off, go to the gym again.
Yeah.
This is me living probably Laurel or Baltimore, driving all the way to Montgomery County, working out with Ojo and them.
Every day.
At least 4 days a week.
At least 4 days a week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, and during that time, gas was like $4.
Man. and in the summertime, driving down to the farms playing with them.
Oh my God! So you was just on a super grind trying to figure it out.
I was trying to get on.
Nah, man.
I was trying to get on. I mean,
can attest.
You know, that's just how it was. That was the type of time I was on. I mean, going to the farms, going to Spingarn to play coalition, all that. I wanted smoke. I wanted bump everywhere.
The best of the best bump too.
Yeah, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like my trainer at that time was like, "Yo, they playing pickup in Maryland. I'm there.
I'm there.
They playing pickup here. I'm there. They playing pickup in American. I'm there. I didn't care."
Did you play a lot around here, like Baltimore area, or did
I
you
never played. I never really played in the Baltimore area.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Same.
Yeah.
My 12th grade, going into my 12th grade year, I lived in Pasadena.
Okay.
I drove from Pasadena to run and shoot every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. Yeah. Me and my man Trey, I be with all the time. His older cousin, my man KP, that coach at Spalding. Yeah. Us four, every single day, we was going there, we was going to Dorsey, we was going anywhere in these, like, and it would always be out there.
So it's like, this is no knock on anything Baltimore related. I actually love Baltimore. I love the culture in Baltimore. I'm sorry, the basketball on that side is different.
It's different.
And it's better.
I think it. Well, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna come back to that. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to that. Well, let's come back to that.
That's fine.
So you can explain. We're gonna explain that one.
Yeah.
So all right. So now you got a degree.
Yeah.
Business admin.
Yep.
How was your parents feeling about that?
They were happy. They came to that graduation.
Yeah.
They came to that graduation.
No, I had to ask that, man, because
they came to that graduation. They was happy.
They were really keen on your education. And they made a lot of sacrifices, I'm sure, for you to get to where you went. So I'm pretty sure.
So I didn't do any graduation from my 2-year school. I just sent me the degree.
Yep, same. Yep.
So I did the whole celebration and the ceremony for my 4-year school. I did that. They came, so it was good to have them there. They were happy. It was definitely a huge accomplishment because there's a lot of days, especially when I was younger, they looked like I was going to end up there.
Right.
But I eventually and finally got there. Because even after my eligibility was done at the school, I still had to stay extra time to finish out some classes.
Right.
Because when I transferred there, a lot of my classes didn't transfer over, which kind of almost was another fog moment as well. Also, because it kind of like pushed me back almost a year. Yeah. Like a year behind. Because like I had like, you're supposed to have like 50 credits to transfer over from a junior college to a 4-year school. I had 55. When I met with my advisor, she was telling me like 20 of them shits ain't gonna transfer over.
Ain't gonna transfer.
So that's like a year and a half.
Pretty much on a full schedule, or what's deemed as a full schedule 12 credit joint. Yeah, you're looking at another year.
That's what I'm saying. So that kind of blew me, because my parents was there at that time. I was like, damn, you almost kind of wasted your time with the JUCO. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Right.
It is what it is. But
Learn.
Yeah, no, another learning experience. So I had to thug it out. So that was tough to not be hooping but still be in school.
Yeah. Oh my God. So much free time.
Man,
I wouldn't even know what to do. But
so
I got kicked off the team.
I stayed. I stayed in the gym. I stayed working out. Blah 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 blah. But it was tough because it was just like I was getting older and younger people coming to the school now. It's just like you on that type of time. I'm on this type of time. Like
man.
I ain't really mingling with you. So I was, and then I got off campus. So I was just like,
Yep.
But yeah, I finally got my degree. They came up there. They was happy.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Super, super, super proud of you for that,
sure.
bro. For sure.
Thank you.
Just based on everything you went through, and the things that you had your focus on, and the ways that you had to go about it, man.
Yeah.
Major accomplishment, dog.